Are you kidding me right now? Dominik Mysterio just threw Liv Morgan under the bus in the most brutal way possible, and the wrestling world is absolutely losing its mind. This man just went on social media and said, and I quote, "I am not the father, and I never will be." But here's the kicker that's got everyone talking. Liv Morgan fired back with receipts, and what she revealed is going to make your jaw drop to the floor. We're talking about pregnancy claims, paternity denials, backstage affairs, and a scandal so explosive that WWE executives are reportedly in full damage control mode right now as we speak. This isn't just wrestling drama anymore, this is real life, real consequences, and real careers hanging in the balance. Let me break down exactly what happened, because if you blinked, you missed the most insane 24 hours in wrestling history. Yesterday morning, Liv Morgan posted what appeared to be an innocent Instagram story, just a simple photo of her morning coffee. But eagle-eyed fans noticed something in the background that sent shockwaves through the entire wrestling community. There, barely visible on her kitchen counter, was what appeared to be a pregnancy test. Within minutes, the wrestling internet exploded with speculation, theories, and wild rumors. But here's where it gets absolutely insane. Instead of staying quiet or letting the rumors die down, Liv Morgan did something nobody expected. She posted a follow-up story that simply said, "Some people need to step up and take responsibility for their actions. The truth always comes out." And then, as if that wasn't explosive enough, she tagged Dominik Mysterio in the post before immediately deleting it. But you know how the internet works, screenshots are forever, and this one spread like wildfire. The implications were crystal clear to anyone paying attention. Liv Morgan wasn't just announcing a pregnancy, she was directly implicating Dominik Mysterio as the father. This sent the wrestling world into absolute chaos, with fans, journalists, and even other wrestlers scrambling to make sense of what they were seeing. Now, you might think Dominik would handle this delicately, maybe reach out privately, or at least consult with WWE's PR team before responding. But no. This man chose violence and went straight to Twitter with a response that has everyone questioning everything they thought they knew about him. "I am categorically denying these false allegations," Dominik posted. "I have never been in a relationship with Liv Morgan beyond our professional interactions. These claims are completely fabricated and appear to be nothing more than a desperate attempt to damage my reputation and my family's name. I will not be responding to any further accusations, and I encourage everyone to focus on the facts, not social media rumors." But wait, it gets worse. 20 minutes later, he posted another tweet that absolutely destroyed any chance of this being handled quietly. The audacity. The absolute nerve of this man to not only deny the claims but to essentially call Liv Morgan a liar and an attention seeker on a public platform. And bringing Ria Ripley into it? That just opened up a whole new can of worms that nobody was prepared for. If you thought Dominik's response was brutal, you clearly don't know Liv Morgan. This woman came back with receipts that would make a forensic accountant jealous, and what she revealed is going to change everything we thought we knew about this situation. Within hours of Dominik's denial, Liv posted a series of Instagram stories that painted a completely different picture of their relationship. We're talking about screenshots of private messages, photos from what appeared to be intimate settings, and timeline evidence that directly contradicted Dominik's claims about their purely professional relationship. The first screenshot showed a text conversation from 3 months ago where Dominik was telling Liv how Ria doesn't understand him, and how he never felt this way about anyone before. The second screenshot. A photo of them together at what looked like a hotel room, with Dominik's face clearly visible and a timestamp that coincided with a SmackDown taping in Chicago. But here's where it gets absolutely nuclear. Liv posted a voice message that she claimed was from Dominik, where a male voice that sounds suspiciously like him is saying, "I don't care about the consequences anymore. I need to be with you, and if that means ending things with Ria, then so be it." The wrestling community is split right down the middle. Some fans are calling Liv a master manipulator who's trying to destroy Dominik's career, while others are saying she's a victim who's finally standing up for herself against a man who used her and then threw her away when things got complicated. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, Ria Ripley. This woman has been completely silent since this whole scandal broke, but her silence is speaking volumes. Usually, Ria is the first person to defend Dominik on social media, shutting down haters and supporting her man through thick and thin. But for the past 48 hours, radio silence. Multiple sources are reporting that Ria has been spotted at WWE headquarters, supposedly meeting with company executives about her future with the company. Some insiders are suggesting that she's considering taking time off to deal with this personal crisis, while others claim she's demanding that WWE take action against both Dominik and Liv for bringing their personal drama into the public eye. But here's what's really got everyone talking. A wrestling journalist with a proven track record of accuracy posted a cryptic tweet yesterday that said, "Sometimes the person you think you know the best is the one who surprises you the most." The truth about certain relationships is about to become very clear. When pressed for more details, the journalist responded, "Let's just say that not everyone in this love triangle is who they appear to be on television. The real story is much more complicated than anyone realizes." What does that mean? Are we dealing with a situation where Ria knew about Dominik and Liv's relationship all along? Is there more to this story that we're not seeing? The speculation is driving fans absolutely insane. Behind the scenes, WWE is reportedly in full panic mode, trying to figure out how to handle this situation without damaging their brand or their storylines. Multiple sources within the company are saying that emergency meetings have been happening around the clock, with executives trying to decide whether to address this publicly or hope it blows over. The problem is that this scandal is affecting active storylines and potentially jeopardizing major pay-per-view plans. Dominik and Ria are currently involved in a high-profile storyline with the Judgment Day, and Liv Morgan has been positioned as a key player in the women's division. If this situation explodes further, it could derail months of creative planning and cost the company significant money. There are reports that WWE's legal department has been involved, supposedly sending cease and desist letters to various social media accounts that are sharing unverified information about the situation. Some fans have even reported that their posts about the scandal have been mysteriously deleted or had their reach limited on certain platforms. But here's where it gets really interesting. Industry insiders are suggesting that WWE might actually be considering turning this real-life drama into a storyline. The idea would be to control the narrative by incorporating elements of the scandal into their programming, allowing them to capitalize on the massive attention it's generating while keeping the most damaging details under wraps. Can you imagine? The company that brought us the Montreal Screwjob and the Higher Power storyline actually turning a real pregnancy scandal into entertainment. The moral implications alone would be staggering. The wrestling community has been absolutely torn apart by this scandal, with fans taking sides in ways that are reminiscent of the Monday Night Wars. Social media has become a battleground where supporters of each wrestler are engaging in heated debates that sometimes cross the line into personal attacks. Team Dominik fans are arguing that he's the victim of a calculated smear campaign designed to destroy his career and his relationship. They point to Liv's history of controversial social media posts and suggest that she's capable of fabricating evidence to get revenge on someone who rejected her advances. Team Liv supporters are equally passionate, arguing that she's a victim of a powerful man who used his position and family connections to take advantage of her, then discarded her when the relationship became inconvenient. They see her decision to go public as a brave act of standing up to someone who thought he could silence her. But there's also a third group that's emerged, fans who believe that all three wrestlers are being manipulated by WWE's creative team and that this entire scandal is an elaborate work designed to generate publicity for upcoming storylines. These fans are analyzing every social media post, every photo, and every statement for signs that this is all scripted drama. The hashtags #TeamDominik, #TeamLiv, and #WWE work are trending simultaneously, creating a social media phenomenon that's drawing attention from mainstream entertainment outlets. TMZ, Entertainment Tonight, and other celebrity gossip platforms are now covering this story, bringing WWE drama to audiences who might not normally follow wrestling. This scandal isn't just about three wrestlers and their personal drama, it's exposing deeper issues within WWE's culture and the wrestling industry as a whole. Questions are being raised about power dynamics, workplace relationships, and the company's responsibility to protect its performers from situations like this. Former WWE wrestlers have started speaking out about their own experiences with backstage relationships and the pressure to keep personal drama private to protect the company's image. Some have shared stories about similar situations that were handled internally, suggesting that this type of scandal is more common than fans realize. There are also serious questions about how WWE handles conflicts of interest when performers are involved in both professional and personal relationships. The company's current policy allows wrestlers to date each other, but there are no clear guidelines about what happens when those relationships become public scandals that affect the product. Legal experts are weighing in on the potential consequences for all parties involved. If Liv's pregnancy claims are true and Dominik is the father, there could be child support issues, custody battles, and other legal complications that would extend far beyond WWE's programming. The situation is also raising questions about social media policies and how wrestlers should handle personal matters in the public eye. WWE has strict guidelines about what performers can and cannot post on their personal accounts, but this scandal suggests that those policies might not be comprehensive enough to handle complex personal situations. Wrestling journalists and industry insiders are providing conflicting reports about what's really happening behind the scenes, creating even more confusion and speculation among fans. Some sources claim that WWE executives are furious with all three wrestlers for allowing their personal drama to become public, while others suggest that the company is secretly pleased with the massive attention the scandal is generating. A former WWE writer, speaking anonymously, revealed that the company has dealt with similar situations in the past but usually manages to keep them from becoming public scandals. The difference this time, the source explained, is that social media has made it impossible to control the narrative. Once something goes viral, there's no putting that genie back in the bottle. Other industry veterans are comparing this situation to past WWE scandals, including the Matt Hardy-Lita Edge love triangle and various other backstage drama that eventually became public. However, they note that those situations occurred before the social media era, when the company had more control over information flow. Some insiders are suggesting that this scandal could lead to changes in WWE's social media policies and possibly even affect how the company handles romantic relationships between performers. There's speculation that WWE might implement stricter guidelines about public displays of personal drama or require wrestlers to sign more comprehensive agreements about protecting the company's image. Based on how similar situations have played out in the past and the current trajectory of this scandal, several potential outcomes are emerging. The most likely scenario is that WWE will eventually address the situation directly, either through official statements or by incorporating elements of the drama into their programming. If the pregnancy claims are verified and Dominik is confirmed as the father, the implications for his career and personal life would be massive. He would face not only professional consequences but also the challenge of co-parenting with someone he's now publicly feuding with while maintaining his relationship with Rhea Ripley. For Liv Morgan, the outcome depends largely on public perception and WWE's response. If fans and the company support her version of events, she could emerge as a sympathetic figure who stood up for herself against a powerful man. However, if the situation is perceived as attention-seeking behavior, it could damage her career prospects. Rhea Ripley's situation is perhaps the most complex, as she's been dragged into drama that she didn't create but that directly affects her personal and professional life. Her response in the coming days will likely determine how this situation resolves and what it means for her future with WWE. The company itself faces the challenge of managing a scandal that's generating massive attention while protecting its brand and maintaining storyline continuity. The decisions made in the next few weeks will likely set precedents for how WWE handles similar situations in the future. As more information continues to emerge, the picture of what really happened between Dominik and Liv is becoming clearer, and it's more complicated than anyone initially realized. Sources close to the situation are suggesting that the relationship between the two wrestlers was more serious than either initially admitted, lasting several months and involving feelings that went beyond casual attraction. According to these sources, the relationship began during a European tour earlier this year, when Dominik and Liv were frequently scheduled on the same flights and staying in the same hotels. What started as friendly conversations allegedly developed into a romantic relationship that both wrestlers tried to keep secret from their colleagues and the public. The secrecy was apparently maintained successfully for months, with both wrestlers going to great lengths to avoid being seen together in public or posting social media content that might reveal their relationship. However, the emotional intensity of the situation reportedly became difficult to manage, especially as Dominik's on-screen relationship with Ria Ripley was becoming more prominent. The breaking point allegedly came when Liv discovered her pregnancy and attempted to discuss the situation with Dominik privately. According to sources, his initial response was supportive, but he became increasingly distant as the reality of the situation set in. The public denial and accusations of attention-seeking behavior were reportedly the final straw that prompted Liv to go public with her claims. This scandal represents more than just personal drama between three wrestlers, it's a watershed moment that could fundamentally change how WWE and the wrestling industry handle similar situations in the future. The combination of social media, passionate fan bases, and real-world consequences has created a perfect storm that's forced everyone involved to confront uncomfortable truths about privacy, responsibility, and public accountability. The most significant implication is that wrestlers can no longer expect their personal lives to remain private, especially when those lives intersect with their professional relationships and on-screen personas. The lines between reality and entertainment have become so blurred that fans feel entitled to know intimate details about their favorite performers' lives. For WWE, this scandal highlights the need for more comprehensive policies regarding social media, personal relationships, and crisis management. The company's traditional approach of controlling information through official channels is no longer sufficient in an era where anyone can broadcast their version of events to millions of people instantly. The broader wrestling community is also grappling with questions about how to balance entertainment value with respect for the personal lives and well-being of performers. While drama and controversy have always been part of wrestling's appeal, this situation demonstrates the potential for real harm when personal struggles become public entertainment. As this story continues to develop, one thing is certain, the wrestling world will never be quite the same. The precedent set by how this scandal is resolved will influence how future situations are handled and what expectations fans have for access to their favorite wrestlers' personal lives. The truth behind Dominik Mysterio's denial of Liv Morgan's pregnancy claims may eventually emerge, but the impact of this scandal on all three wrestlers and the industry as a whole will be felt for years to come. What started as a simple social media post has evolved into a complex web of personal, professional, and legal consequences that nobody could have predicted. This is Wrestling News CC, and we'll continue following this story as it develops. What do you think about Dominik's denial? Do you believe Liv's claims, or do you think this is all an elaborate publicity stunt? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more exclusive wrestling news and analysis. If you thought tonight's story was wild, trust me, what happens next will blow your mind. So don't stop now. Click on the video right here on your screen to continue the chaos, the drama, and the inside scoop only we deliver. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and join the Wrestling News CC family, where the real stories of WWE come to life. See you in the next one.